and welcome. I want to introduce you to my chiropractor and friend, Dr. Tyler from Core Chiropractic. And I had a lot of people complain about neck pain, and I know tech neck is kind of a big thing. So, can you describe what tech neck is?
Absolutely. It's going to be the easiest if I show you real quick. This is a model spine that we use here in the office a lot to educate people. So let me get it in the right position here, and so the camera can see. That would be I guess what you call a normal, natural curvature of a spine, what we were designed to have. You can see that the neck and the low back have a very similar curvature, and then the mid back or the upper back has an opposite curve. So when we're talking about tech neck or text neck, we're talking about this curve right here. Now this would be ideal like this in this position,
Yeah.
but just due to our everyday, say, bad posture, I don't know, there's just so many different ways that this can happen. Sleeping habits, postural habits, driving habits. I would say probably the biggest one, the biggest culprit is technology. So if you go to the mall, if you go to the grocery store, if you go anywhere, everyone's looking down at a phone.
Yeah.
So if you have a prolonged exposure, so this would be the equivalent of your eyes looking down at a phone, okay? Basically like this, because this is the head and we're looking straight down. That's what we're left with.
How much pressure does that put on your spine, having your head like that?
Well, there is a research article that's been published years and years and years ago. It's called the 42-pound head. So basically what it says is, let's say that your head weighs approximately 12 to 20 pounds, depending on your size. And if you stand up straight and your head is directly above your shoulders and your neck is curved, then your neck, really, the muscles aren't having to do much to support it.
Yeah.
It's like holding a bowling ball. You know, you could hold a bowling ball right here forever, but if you put it right there, your arms are going to get tired.
Yeah.
So the weight of your head, your neck is supporting the weight of 12 pounds right here. But every inch forward that our head is out in front of our body exponentially pushes. Instead of our head pushing straight down with gravity, now it's out here, it's pushing down towards the floor, not above our shoulders. So here's 12 pounds, here's 24 pounds, here's 36 pounds. So the farther head posture, goes forward, the more weight and more pressure on your neck, more stress.
Yeah.
So if you're looking down at a phone for hours at a time, scrolling or answering texts or whatever, you're in that position and your neck is having to support the weight of, probably 30 some odd, 40 some odd pounds on a continuous basis.
Yeah, and you can actually change the shape of your spine because of this, correct?
I believe so, absolutely.
Yeah, I think because you're the one who noticed my neck, and you're the one who helped me figure this out. And my neck got a little straighter over the years. So I know you've been working with me to help me out with that. And even though I'm a Pilates instructor and I'm trying to be conscious of my posture all the time, me too, I still have a little bit of tech neck.
Yeah, it's I would say that it's gotten worse and worse as time has gone on. If you look at, say, the boomers, the Gen Xers, most of them and most of us have a pretty decent curve in the neck, but I would say the millennials and lower is worse and worse and worse. So in the past 19 years, I have seen thousands of x-rays. We take x-rays here on spot in-house. And so as I've seen the progression as people, their ages, when I'm x-raying younger and younger, it's getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
So my conclusion with that is, yes, they're probably looking down a lot more. You figure all of those bones in your neck are being held together, in the right position by ligaments, muscles, tendons. And if you put those on stretch for a long period of time, well, in Pilates, right? And then maybe even in yoga, the more flexible you are, the more you stretch those tissues, it can absolutely change positions, and it can change, I would say, holding patterns, flexibility.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
So now that we know a little bit more about tech neck, what can we do about it? Is there any specific stretches or exercises that are good for tech neck? Say Pilates.
Yes, actually there are. And Pilates is at the top of the list. So when I, as a chiropractor, am manually adjusting a spine, I'm realigning it, correcting it. But if the muscles are too weak, if they're short, if they're too tense, tight, if they have knots, all these different things play a part in it. So Pilates is obviously Pilates, massage, yoga, are things that work on the musculoskeletal level to help to balance out or work in conjunction with chiropractic, for sure. But that's one of hundreds of things that people could do. I would say the first and foremost is stop what's causing it in the first place. Because if you're doing all the things to help correct it, but you don't take away the thing that caused it, what's the point?
Absolutely. Yeah. Good point.
That's like going to the gym and working out like crazy, but you don't stop eating your McDonald's. Like, it's kind of not going to be as beneficial.
Exactly. Yeah.
So stopping the things that caused it in the first place, and then retraining the spine to go back to its normal original position. So whether that's through chiropractic, Pilates, things like yoga, massage, traction, cervical traction. You have a posture pump in your office that I forced you to get. That's
I love it. I love it. It's great. It really helps strengthen those muscles in a totally different way. So it's nice to have a tool that's safe to strengthen your neck.
I already talked about not doing the things that caused it in the first place, and then Pilates, yoga, massage. So ultimately, what we're trying to do is literally retrain the neck to go back into an extension to have that normal natural curve. So like I said, I use adjustments, I use cervical traction, the posture pump, but I typically refer to professionals like you for the musculoskeletal aspect of it. So I'm going to turn the question back to you. What would you recommend, or what do you do?
Well, I did just film a video also about tech neck exercises, and some of my favorite is bridging, where you lie flat on your back, your legs are bent, your feet are on the ground. So that just kind of helps find your natural curve of your back, and then you lift your hips up so it takes pressure off your lower back and helps realign your spine in a good, healthy, normal way. Also, swan is a good one, where you place your hands under your shoulders and kind of look up. In yoga, they call it cobra. So it's a very similar move. So you take your neck into extension. So you strengthen those spinal extensors that help keep that neck and head in good alignment, and your whole spine in good alignment.
Yeah. I'm guessing your viewers already know these moves. Do we need to demonstrate any of these?
No, they can watch the other video.
Okay. Yeah. As far as that goes, for me, if people have questions about how to do that, for me, it's pretty simple. I mean, literally just putting your neck into an extension. It's a one plane exercise. You know, you're going from point A to point B, and like you said, you're just working on those extensor muscles, the erector muscles, to get them strong. So a lot of times you don't even need weights.
Yeah.
You just need to squeeze the muscle. There are bands that you can use. There's ropes, there's pulleys, there's all kinds of different weighted exercises, but it's so simple. People try and, I think, overcomplicate it. Personal trainers, I would say, sometimes physical therapists, they're doing all these chin tucks. It's a real simple motion when it comes to the neck.
Yeah, and I believe that consistency is always better than intensity. So something that you can do on a regular basis, to be consistent about it, you're going to get the best results than just doing one exercise a week with lots of weight. Yeah, that's what I found.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you figure too that to go from a normal curve in the neck to either a less of a curve, or what we call a military neck, which is just totally straight, or a reverse curve where it's backwards, that takes years.
Yeah.
So the problem's not going to be solved overnight. So when people come in here and they say, you know, we look at the x-rays and I show them that, and they first question always is, well, how did that happen? I don't know. I wasn't there, you know, but I guarantee that it wasn't from overnight. You didn't sleep wrong and wake up with a reverse curve. That took years. So yeah, it's probably going to take months to years to correct if you're really diligent about it.
What are some of the long-term effects or problems you see with someone who doesn't take care of their neck and their posture?
That's an awesome question. There are a lot. And I'm not saying that it is this way every time. What I am saying is that with a tech neck, these are the possible conditions, issues, problems, chronic things that people can develop. The first one is going to be right up here in the suboccipital region, because if your neck is being stretched forward, those muscles are going to get tight. So people who have tension headaches, big time. Stiff neck, so difficulty with bending or twisting or stretching. So their neck muscles get so tight and they get short, and now they don't have the same range of motion. The knots right here, the trigger points, these nasty ones right here, where if you someone digs their thumbs into there, you're gonna scream and enjoy, but pain at the same time. And then the buffalo hump. So I know that's a lot more of a concern, I would say, with the women than the men, but you can literally go to the grocery store, to the mall, and look around, and you can literally see it on people because their head is so far forward it causes that bump to protrude. And then a big one is, waking up in the morning and not knowing why you feel like someone stuck an ice pick in your upper back. All of those muscles are
No
all
one likes that.
no, not really. All those muscles are connected and they're all related. So if you have them on a stretch or on tension for a long period of time, you're just gonna get tired, you're gonna get fatigued. The worst possible scenario is, now we're talking 20, 30 years in the future, is the wear and tear. So arthritis, degeneration, disc herniations, pinched nerves, the numbness and tingling down into the arms and fingers. Those are the things that I deal with the most when someone has those symptoms. And then I look at their x-rays and I say, that's exactly why.
So basically, it's so important to take care of this, and you take care of your neck and your spine.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so, I've said it earlier and I'll say it again, that chiropractic can only do so much. People like you, with Pilates, with the things and the skills and the tool set that you have is so important in conjunction with this, because like I said, if we correct it structurally but the muscles aren't quite there yet, that's a missing component, and it could easily just slip back if people have the same behavior.
Yeah, absolutely. I just believe people need a lot of tools in their toolbox
Yeah.
to take care of an issue. It's not always like a one thing fits all to fix all, either.
Yeah. And they need professionals like us who know exactly what they're doing in every scenario, especially this one. If you see someone with a text neck, you already know what to do. They need people like us to be able to help guide them through that. Most of the time, if they do it on their own, what I have found is it's a slippery slope. They start to forget, they start to fall off, and then before they know it, they're right back to the way they were.
Yes, everybody needs accountability. And being a client of yours, I know how much you care about your clients. And, it's not just in and out. You care about each and every client you have. And I think that's what makes you very special.
Yeah, thanks.
and your business, Core Chiropractic.
If you feel like you have tech neck, if you know you have tech neck, if you want to do something about your tech neck, then, reach out and let us help you.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know they have it, to be honest with you. So most people that come in, they have no idea. They're walking around just like normal, and then I take their x-rays and I show it to them, and they don't know what they're looking at. So I have to show them, this is what a normal curve looks like. What's the difference between yours and the one on the photo on the computer that's perfect? And they'll stare at it and they'll say, well, it's I don't know, it's something right there, and they don't know what they're looking at. And then I'll keep coaching them, and they'll finally say, oh, it's too straight, or is it backwards? And I'm like, yeah, did you have any idea that your neck was like that? And they say, absolutely not. Because when they take photos or something, it's not like you can see under the skin and under the fat. You can't see what the spine's doing. Everyone looks, for the most part, like they should have a good curve, unless they're totally hunched over. But it's you don't know what you don't know. So it's not until you actually take the x-ray, look inside, that we know exactly what we're dealing with. And then now it's a matter of bending it back the other way.
Exactly. And I think sometimes people normalize pain. So if you're experiencing pain and you don't know what it is, I think it's important to go see a chiropractor, to go, start exercising to not normalize bad pain.
Yeah. Well, my philosophy is, let's find out what the pain is from. So if, say someone comes in here and their spine looks perfect, but I can see that their muscular structure is off, they're muscularly imbalanced, I'm straight up front with them and I tell them, listen, I'm glad you're here. Let's adjust you. Let's mobilize your spine, but you need to go see Debbie. You need to go see my massage guy across the street. You need to see somebody that's going to help you with what's causing your pain, because it's not structural in this case. So I think most people just figure, especially the men, us men, we figure, well, maybe it'll just go away first and foremost. I'll give it a couple weeks, the pain will go away, and then it does, and maybe it comes back. So there's a lot of people I've known or I've seen in here that they just live with it, and it's just part of their life now, or they live with it for a period of time and then it goes away, and they live with it again for a period of time, and so they just know that it's a secular thing. And then there's others that they have no idea what caused it. They, how many times people come in here and say, well, I just woke up with it, or I bent down to tie my shoe and my back went out. And
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, John, your back, it wasn't your shoe. That was the last straw that broke the camel's back. That was the last thing in a series of events that caused your back to go out. So let's first and foremost figure out, or see if we can figure out what's causing the pain. That's the biggest issue.
Yeah.
Because if you go on Facebook and throw that question at them, you're going to have 101 different testimonials of things that have worked. You know,
Yeah.
herbs, acupuncture, massage, chiropractic, magnets, sauna. But you don't know until you locate the problem. So once you locate the problem, then you can come up with a game plan and a solution. So that's why we work so well hand in hand together, is because I deal with the bones and the spine. You deal with the muscles and the tissues and the strengthening and the stretching and all that.
Yeah, and like you helped me so much with my posture and my technique, and brought awareness that I didn't actually know that my neck was getting straighter.
Yeah.
So definitely highly recommend you. And so thank you for letting me come in here to your office, to your home, to pick your brain. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope it's some knowledge that people can take home, and if nothing else, just maybe think about it. You know, I woke up last week when I had neck pain and I don't know why, or I've been dealing with this headache for so long. Maybe I should do something about it. And if they can just kind of push them into at least considering taking the next steps, if they're not already, that's a big win for everyone.
Absolutely. So if you're experiencing any pain or you're not sure, reach out. Either one of us would be happy to answer any of your questions. So thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Tyler.
you. All right.